the 4th of April 2001. I'm disabled and I'm currently going to York St John University. I think it's very exciting, just the general moving to uni, getting away from home, bit of independence. I do too much socialising though, not enough work. But yeah.
This is my friend Juliette. She has a passion for cooking, spending time with the people she loves, and she has turned her struggles into a life of motivational speaking and helping others.
I mean, I've always known I wanted to go to uni, but I didn't realise how many extra hoops I was going to have to jump through. I had to go to assessment centres, and had to do interviews with different government people, and they had to decide whether I was going to be fit enough to do this course. They interviewed me about, how my disability would affect me teaching in a classroom. I think people don't give people with disabilities enough credit to know, and they're going to know if they can do something or not. The biggest disability any disabled person faces is society's attitudes. So for example, when my mum, when you're a mum and your child's going to school, it's really exciting. You're trying out all the primary schools, where your child's going to go. It's a really exciting time. And that is just so often taken away for people with disabilities and parents with disabled children, because it's not which school will they go to, this will be nice. It's what school will take them, which is really awful. The school I ended up going to, she knew their teacher and she just begged her to take us, and then said, I'll come in and I'll help and I'll train the staff with how to. I had a gastrostomy tube, which is like a feeding tube at the time, which a lot of schools were like, hey, we can't do that. And she did training for the whole staff, and that's how she got us into the primary school. I've always been a really motivated person. I've always been very confident about my disability, and so that's sort of how my parents raised me to be like, this is you, there's no shame in it, and you shouldn't have to hide that from people. When I was 14, my mum did a lot of talking to parents with disabled children because she was a teacher, and parents said it would be great to get a disabled person's perspective. So my mum brought me in and I did a talk to parents and a bit of a Q&A, and it went really well, and the school got really good feedback. The parents felt a lot more confident seeing it from the actual disabled students' perspective. So I kept doing that for the school for quite a few years, and I really enjoyed it. I thought, this is pretty good. At this point I didn't know what I wanted to be as a career. Then the head teacher came and she said, would you mind doing a talk for some students, because they were having an NHS day where they learned about the NHS, and I went in and I found it amazing. I felt like I really got across to them, and the children were really engaged and really enjoyed and learned a lot from the lesson, and I got a bit of a buzz, and I was like, I think I want to do this for a job. And that's sort of how I ended up down the path of, I think I want to be a teacher. And then from then forwards, I started doing talks throughout the school about achievement over adversity and about achieving your dreams and sort of just disability awareness and disability rights, which is obviously quite a heavy topic for primary school children, but I would break it down and I'd link it to my life, and I got really good feedback, and I ended up doing it in about 4 different primary schools. In those classes where I'd done those talks, the tolerance and the understanding for disabled people went up significantly. And to really make a true change in society, it doesn't start up at the top. I mean, it can, but I think the biggest change starts with children who are young and who have open minds. And if you're taught from a young age, to be accepting and to be loving to everyone, that carries through for their whole lives. And it's sort of a big motivation why I want to become a teacher. I want to sort of show and educate children and help children with disabilities so they don't go through what I went through. This is what a disabled person is, they're just like everyone else. And I was born with a completely unique condition, it actually doesn't have a name because they've never seen it before. But I was born with some muscles in my body just completely missing. I have scoliosis due to, lack of muscle on just one side of my spine, causes it to curve. I have muscle weakness in like my legs and my arms and my neck and my feet and whatnot, and also my stomach. But it never affects my brain, it never affects my mind. I like to think I'm alrightly clever. Maybe to uni. But that's not my disability, and it affects me in lots of different ways. There's a surgery that they do for people with severe scoliosis where they put metal rods in your back. But I was too young to get it because I wouldn't have survived the surgery. It's the biggest surgery they do outside of London. And then when I turned 12, they assessed it and they were like, we probably need to do this now, and she's about old enough to have a good chance. But unfortunately it went successful. I have a very positive attitude towards most things. I wore my feet facing the wrong way around, and they said I'd never walk, and I'm walking. It's very exciting. I could sort of spend my life complaining about it and being miserable about it, which is completely valid, but it's not much of a life. I mean, if you worry, you suffer twice really, so that's how I think about it.
Charles R. Swindoll said, "The remarkable thing is, we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace." I'd say Juliette's attitude in life is a testament to remaining open-minded and thankful for each new challenge life throws our way.